I don't know about you, but for me, my favorite all-time item at Taco Bell is still the beef Meximelt. I know I did a beef Meximelt video a couple of years ago. It's total garbage. So I'm redoing this because I have better camera angles, as you may have noticed. There's a little bit better here. And I'm a little better at making videos, I hope. So I'm going to do this again for you because basically I want to Meximelt really, really bad, and I have all the stuff. And I'm redoing a few things, so I figured include this one as well because there's a little bit more advice, a little bit more information here. A few things that didn't get covered, so let's go over those real quick. The cheese in this is Monterey Jack. I know a lot of recipes say pepper jack and cheddar. They're wrong. The Taco Bell that was near me never steamed this thing correctly, and it was always unmelted inside. This is the cheese that was inside. There's a little bit of cheddar bits in here because I was doing that as well and it was on the same board. But it was always just plain Monterey Jack. That was with that. Maybe they had different things in different locations. I would doubt it because they didn't have pepper jack cheese for other things. So, Monterey Jack. The order of this is very important, and we are going to steam this instead of microwaving it, and I'm going to show you a quick little steamer. Spoiler alert, it's the same one I used last time, but we're just going to do this up real quick because this doesn't have to be a long video, and I'm going to show you making a Meximelt. All right, so we take a bunch of cheese, lay this down all over because you want it to be cheesy. There you go. Now, meat. We have the seasoned meat right here. This is my favorite way to make the meat. I will show you that real quickly right now. There are a couple ways to do the meat here. This is by far the simplest. We're going to take a pound of ground beef, break it up loosely, brown it in the pan without doing any seasoning or anything else. We're going to drain this and then add a packet of the McCormick's taco seasoning. And the water on the back, this was 3/4 of a cup for this one. I tip the pan up and keep the liquid on the low side. We're going to add a tablespoon of lime juice to this and just keep mixing this with the pan tipped up just a little bit so that all the liquid stays on that side, and it's over a medium-low heat. After about 30 seconds or a minute, it will start to thicken really good, and you are going to be ready to incorporate this. The meat looks really chunky here because we are going to take another step here in a second. If you want to do this with the meat before you put the seasoning packet in and do all that, then you're going to be much better off when we put this in the food processor. This makes a mess if you do it the way I just did it right there, but it is the way I did it. It doesn't affect the flavor and the outcome, but it does make your life a little easier if you grind this with the dry or the unseasoned meat. But that right there is the meat. That's the texture. That's the whole thing you're looking for. Put this back in the pan because we've got to finish simmering this a little bit. Just get everything out of here. Get it all off of the blade and let this simmer on the stove with a lid on it on a low heat for a couple minutes, and you are done with the meat. See, isn't that easy? That's pretty simple. This is, I swear to God, no one will know the difference in the meat. So we're just going to take and put some of this in here because it's a beef Meximelt. And that looks, it's my Meximelt, so I can do whatever I want. All right, that is pretty much exactly how it looks there. We're not going to put the pico on yet. We're going to melt this down, then put the pico on, and then it's done. Pico de gallo, you don't know how to make pico de gallo? Okay, watch this. Making pico traditionally means chopping a whole lot of stuff. This is basically a raw salsa. So we've got onions and cilantro and tomato and jalapenos, and I'm trying one of these chopper things. Just curious, testing this out. Will it work? First time using it? Let's see. Nope, that's a ridiculous amount of force. All right, we got to break everything up and make it much smaller in order to get this to work. All right, a little bit of chopping, just not too bad. Let's see, still a lot of force. I've never been a huge fan of these things. Basically, they only do one task, and it takes up a lot of space. If you just like gadgets, then, you know, this thing does a great job at making salsas and picos. But the tomatoes, the skin's hard, so you got to cut them into little pieces. It will work on the jalapeno once you take the seeds and the stems and the bits on the inside out. It's a lot of force, but it will not work with cilantro, so you're still going to have to chop the cilantro. But look at this. It does give you perfect size pieces and perfect size pico de gallo. So, it does have some value there for sure. Just dice up your cilantro really good. Throw this in the bowl. We're going to add some salt to it, a lot more than you would think is going in here. Then we have the juice of 1 lime going in, so cut that in half and just juice each side here. It's perfect. And then we're just going to give this a good stir and put this in the fridge at least 15 minutes. The salt and the lime have to do their thing, and that's it. Pretty simple. There you go. The fancy little tool thing there, don't bother with that. That seems kind of ridiculous. However, you do get amazing results. That's the prettiest pico I've ever made. I will say that. It's a pain to use. It's a pain to clean. And basically it just does the one thing. So it's not really all that beneficial for, having in your kitchen. So if you're just going to make pico all day, every day, maybe. Otherwise, don't buy one of those things. There you go. Let's get this on the steamer, and I will show you how to steam this, and then we're going to come back, do that, and then we're going to eat it. If you saw the first time I did this video, this is the same steamer, same thing, same everything. We just have a dish in the middle, and we got water on the outside boiling. Put a lid on it, let it go for about 1.5 minutes, and that is a perfectly steamed Meximelt. All right, that is it. The steamer thing still works fantastic. It's still the best thing out there. If you don't want to invest in an actual steamer, one of the bamboo steamers, something like that, the plate and a frying pan. It's a tried and true method. It still works. All right, now that this thing is hot, we're going with our pico. Basically getting a little of this in here. Oh yeah, it's festive. It's beautiful. It's hot. It's a Meximelt right there. See that? That is how you make a Meximelt. The beef Meximelt from Taco Bell. It's long gone because it takes too long to steam. And they don't have pico anymore. But she's a beauty. Doesn't that look? Yeah, that's it right there. All right, I am going to take a couple of pictures of this super fast for the thumbnail so you know to click on this. Sorry, I stepped on something really sharp there. Ow. Yeah, anyways. Bloopers. Anyways, I'm going to take the pictures real fast, and then I will come back, and I'm digging into that thing. So hold on. I got the photos. How do they look? You tell me. You clicked on the thumbnail, so it must look pretty good. Okay, personal preference. I love putting a little of this on there. So I'm going to do that right now. Why have I not made this sauce? Because you can buy this sauce. If you can readily buy it, buy it. There's so many weird things in here to try and replicate. No, it's hard. Honestly, it's the exact same thing. There you go. If you want to just swing by a restaurant, go pick up a handful of packets. Steal them out of the restaurant. There you go. Then you don't have to buy it. Problem solved. But yeah, this is something I'm probably not going to make. Because unless if I get like 50 comments saying, please make this sauce, I will make this sauce. Otherwise, you really can buy it. You can buy the medium and the crazy stuff and everything else. You used to be able to buy the green stuff. Yeah, anyways, I'm digging in. Seriously, that is still one of the best things they've ever had on their menu. Ever. Seriously. Oh, I miss it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Something went down the wrong pipe there as I was attempting to speak. There may have been some little bits of food still in my mouth, and that's never a good idea. It's dangerous and it's rude. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did because it's dangerous. But thank God I had a safety beverage nearby. Always have a safety beverage because safety first and third. But that right there is a beef Meximelt. They are amazing. I love these things. If you love them, we have that shared bond. and you have got to go make a bunch of these. I'm going to go make another one, and then I'm going to eat a bunch of these. And while I'm doing that, you can look at the rest of the videos I've done. I've done like a couple dozen Taco Bell videos. If you go to the main page of the channel here, you can go down to the playlist, find the Taco Bell Copycats playlist. Everything you can imagine is there, including the old video that I did 2 or 3 years ago. Woohoo! Have a look at that one. Leave me a comment. Tell me, did I do it better this time? I hope I did. Hopefully I'm getting better at this. I'm trying, folks. But I'll keep trying. You keep watching, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.